Hello, friends. My name is Abiodun Fike Smith, and on this video, I'm going to be talking about the blockchain, digital assets, and decentralized finance, and how this phenomenon can help you achieve massive wealth for yourself, for your family, and for your unborn generation. So please listen carefully. Please listen carefully because this is your key to wealth in the new economy. Now, one thing you want to consider first, or one thing every successful person on this planet had considered, is what we know as global trend. Now, global trend is you taking into cognizance what is happening at your particular time and age, you know, and because it really matters. Let me give you, for example, there was a time when the global trend was agriculture. People that took advantage of that, people that look into that, were the people that made phenomenal wealth, while every other person were just getting by. At some point in time again, the global trend on this planet was industrialization. The industrial revolution. And people that took advantage of this, people that positioned themselves in this trend, made phenomenal wealth, while every other person were just getting by. Another time came again, and the global trend, was the internet. And people like Bill Gates and co. became wealthy beyond, beyond explanation. Why? Because they took advantage of what the trend was at that particular time, while every other person were just getting by. So, what am I trying to point out? That if you have to make a significant progress financially in your own time, you must first of all take into cognizance what the global trend is. And that brings me to ask you this question: that are you in tune with global trend? Do you know that in any age and time, the success of the people is always dependent on how much in tune they are with global trend? And it is the people and it is the people who succeed are the ones who capitalizes on global trend, while every other person just keep getting by. So my question to you is: do you want to make phenomenal wealth, or do you just want to keep getting by like the whole populace? Only you and only you can answer that question. All right, let's move forward. Now, the question that comes to mind is this: what is the trend in this our time and age? What is the trend? If you have to be successful, if you have to make significant progress in your financial lives and all that, what do you need to capitalize on? Well, first of all, what do you need to identify as a trend? And that brings me to this. The trend of our time is the blockchain, digital asset, and decentralized finance trend. A lot of us have had this so many times: the blockchain, digital assets, decentralized finance, but we don't know what this is. And in brief, and in a total layman's language, I'm going to be, opening this up so that you also can have the opportunity to be a part of this trend. Okay, now talking about the blockchain. The blockchain is the biggest invention of our time that will power all facets of human endeavor. Why? Because it is an open and the most transparent database of information that can never be tampered with. That is a simple, in a layman's definition of what a blockchain is. Blockchain is it's a ledger, it's a database of information that is decentralized, that you and I, anybody, can have access to and see information in real time. And this information or records of transactions can never be tampered with. Unlike the record of transaction that is in the centralized system, where anybody can tamper with information, and that brings about a lot of fraud, a lot of scams, a lot of breaches in contracts and all that. And that is why the centralized system has been has failed so many of us. Even with our money, it has failed so many of us, because It is not open to you and I, and it is always fraudulent. But now the blockchain is a solution that the world has now developed to curb frauds and scams and uh, activities that are never transparent. With the blockchain, transactions are real time and can be accessed by anybody as long as you have a digital device. You can access transactions information real time with nobody, not even the founders of the system, being able to alter any information. Information on the blockchain is unalterable. And that makes it the most transparent and the biggest invention of our time. All right, so that is explaining the blockchain. Now, and in a more professional language, if I would also go ahead to explain the blockchain is just like the internet. On the internet, you can access information and all that, especially when we're talking of the Web 2 internet, which is the internet of information, where you can access information. You want to access information, you go to Google, you go to Facebook, you go to Instagram, you know. Also, the blockchain is the third wave of the internet, which is also known as the internet of value, where value can be accessed, where values can be exchanged, or also put the internet of money. You understand? If we want to make real money in this generation, then you must be willing to look at the blockchain. You must be willing to position yourself on the blockchain. Just like if you want information in this time and age, you don't have a choice than to go to the web of information. So also in this time and age, if you want to make money phenomenally, you must be ready to associate yourself with what the blockchain is. And that is not enough. I'm still coming later in this presentation to identify various forms of blockchains and the real blockchains that can actually give you wealth. All right, but before we get into that, I just want you to get the basic and fundamental knowledge of what this is all about, and that is the blockchain. Now, talking about digital assets, a lot of us are still stuck with physical assets, our land, our properties, and all that, not knowing that the world has moved, to make assets, to digitalize assets. And right through your digital device, your phone, your computers, you can be anywhere in the world and control massive amount of assets that will give you phenomenal wealth. Now, let's go to talk about digital asset in brief. Now, to explain what digital assets is, digital assets are anything that can be stored and transmitted electronically through a computer or other digital device and are associated with ownership or use rights. You know, well-known examples today include cryptocurrencies, non-fungible tokens, which we know as NFTs, and the metaverse. While you cannot hold digital assets with your hands, they are real assets that you can buy, sell, store, and trade online. This is what we know as digital asset. And a few examples of digital asset are things we know already, like cryptocurrency is a digital asset. Money is an asset. So cryptocurrency also is money, but the money of our time. A lot of us still don't understand the essence of why they should be a part of this, because cryptocurrency is just the money of our time. And to understand it better, you must understand that money had evolved over the years, over the centuries, over the ages, as a means of exchange, from trade by barter to gold, to coins, to paper money, which a lot of us are still stuck with today, to electronic money, which came with the advent of all forms of cards, and now to cryptocurrency, which is not just digital currency or virtual currency. Basically, cryptocurrency means money, but a kind of money that increases in value compared to our fiat currency that decreases in value over time. And that is why you and I, it's inevitable for you and I, if we want to make significant progress in this time and age, to identify with cryptocurrency, but the right way. A lot of people had gone into this and they've been scammed and scammed and scammed. In the later part of my presentation, you'll be getting information of the right kind of projects, of how you identify the right kind of project so that you will never be scammed again. Just be patient, watch this to the end, and you are going to get a lot of value. All right, now that's a brief of what cryptocurrency is, which is a digital asset. Also, we have another class of digital assets known as non-fungible or non-fungible tokens. Sorry, non-fungible tokens known as NFTs. Now, what are NFTs? NFTs um are just physical or real life objects, that can be tokenized or digitalized and also be traded, can be bought, can be sold, and many money being made. Now, and once we say NFTs, non-fungible tokens, it means these are kind of tokens or assets that are not interchangeable. For example, cryptocurrency is fungible, it is interchangeable, meaning money is fungible and can be interchanged. Uh, Example is this: if I come to you and I give you $100 bill to keep for me for another 5 years, and I come to you later after 5 years to get back my $100 bill, it is very sure and certain and absolute that you are not going to give me that same $100 bill I gave to you 5 years ago. Of course, you would have spent that, and you are going to give me another bill entirely. But it is still the same $100 bill with still the same value. So I'll be happy. I take it from you and I go because I've gotten my $100 bill, which is also the same as I've given you, even though it is not the same, the one I gave to you as at that time, but you have given me just another $100 bill, which is just still same, has the same value and everything. So that makes it interchangeable, that makes it fungible. But when we are talking of the NFT class of assets or tokens, they are non-fungible because they cannot be interchangeable. Good examples are intellectual properties, music, videos, and some kind of other physical properties and all that. Let me give you an example here. If I give you my birth certificate to keep for me, that I'm going to come back for it in another 5 years, and I come back for it in another 5 years, what do you give to me? You will not give me another birth certificate. You will not give me any, you are going to give me that birth certificate. The exact one. But if it has to do with money or crypto, you can give me any other money as long as it equates what I give to you. But now when it comes to NFTs, they are not fungible in the sense that they are not interchangeable. What I give to you is what you are going to give back to me. And that is why they are called non-fungible tokens. They are just tokens that is being represented by real life objects, being tokenized, being digitalized, and all of that. All right. Now, talking about the third class of digital asset known as metaverse. A lot of us have had this too, and we don't know what is it. This is one of the biggest phenomena in the world today when it comes to assets. And now, as the name implies, metaverse, let me bring here the metaverse. Now, the metaverse is a digital replica of the universe. We know the universe to be our physical world. The world is physical, where we do other things, where we do a lot of things. Also, the metaverse is just a replica of the universe. It is a digital world. Digital world. Don't forget, everything is going digital. Even human beings are going digital. So the metaverse is also a digital world. It's a replica of the real physical world, where things also can be done. Assets can be bought, can be sold. You can collect rent, you can get paid on your assets and all of that. You can play games and make a stupendous amount of money and all of that. And in brief, that is what the metaverse These are the biggest phenomena in the digital asset class today. That if anybody really wants to make significant progress financially, they must be able to know how to identify with all of this. All right, I think I've spoken, I've covered this, and now the next thing I want to talk is about the third phase. I'm talking about blockchain, digital assets, and decentralized finance. Now, the biggest thing right now is what we know as decentralized finance, where that a lot of us call DeFi, the short word for decentralized finance, DeFi. Basically, if I ask you that who in this world or what institutions um, take takes care of finance, finance, you're probably going to tell me, yeah, the bank and some financial institutions and all of that. Yes, which is right. But you see, the banks and all those other financial institutions provide us with financial instruments or financial services to make money. But over the time, this system had failed a lot of us because they are centralized and not decentralized. And that is why this, you know, industry has been associated with a lot of scams, fraudulent activities that is affecting you and I. Even with our money, we seem to be making so little. While the founders of this system, scam because we don't even have time to information. So they just leverage on our money. They are becoming richer and richer, while we that owns the money are becoming poorer and poorer. But thank God for DeFi, because right now we have decentralized finance, which simply means the banking system on the blockchain. Now, don't forget the blockchain is a transparent system that nothing on it can be altered. So imagine you having banks operating on the blockchain. Then it means, wow, it's one of the biggest invention that can never happen. So let's look at decentralized finance. Decentralized finance is an emerging financial technology based on secure distributed ledgers similar to those used by cryptocurrencies, where anyone, listen to this, can autonomously, that is independently, access different financial services to make money. It means on DeFi, on the centralized finance platforms, you can access different financial services to make money while in your home, just using your phone. You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go through all those rigors and stress of the bank, which at the end of the day will not even profit you. Instead, contract will be breached, you'll be scammed, fraudulent activities, and it had never made any of us rich. But in this time and age, the blockchain has brought about decentralized finance where through your phone, your any digital device, right from your home, you can have access to different financial services and make money. This is powerful, guys. And now, one big thing about DeFi is that it eliminates the fees that banks and other financial companies charge for using their services. Whenever we use the banks and all these other financial services, at the end of the day, you find out that all they are charging you is even more than the profit you're making. So, what are we talking about? Now, here, individuals hold money in a secure digital wallet, can transfer funds in minutes, and anyone with an internet connection can use DeFi. So, DeFi is one big innovation that everybody, if you really want to make significant progress in your financial life, must be looking at, must take advantage of DeFi. All you just need is the knowledge. Right from your bedroom, right from your kitchen, as long as you have a good digital device, a good Android phone or an iOS, you are good to go. You are good to go. All right. I don't want to make this class too long. Let's go. And now that brings us to this. Now, if you really want that change, then you must pay attention to global trend. You must seriously pay attention to global trend. Now, how do I mean? You see, a lot of us missed out a few years ago on some serious innovation that came into this world. And today we are regretting. We are still regretting. You know, about 10 years ago, the first digital assets, the first blockchain project came into this world. The first cryptocurrency came into this world known as Bitcoin. A lot of us know Bitcoin, but when it came, a lot of us despised it. A lot of us see it as another scam, another 666, another evil, and we shunned it. We didn't give ourselves room to embrace that information. And those who did today are their lives are changed forever. Today they are billionaires. They are billionaires. Like I used to say, if you knew about Bitcoin 10, 11 years ago and you had just invested about just a small $100, just a small $100, from where I came from, that was about 15,000 naira way back. That $100, because that $100 would have given you about 10,000 units of Bitcoin. And today the price of Bitcoin is about $24,000. So do the multiplication, 10,000 by $24,000. At a point some months ago, Bitcoin grew to $70,000. Do the multiplication. If you had that worth 10,000 by $70,000 and see what you would have been worth. I mean, this is massive. You would have been worth millions of dollars or billions if you had paid attention. And this is the kind of information that is coming your way again. So please pay attention. Most of us missed Bitcoin. Most of us missed all of this, And not just Bitcoin, we have Ethereum came some 5, 6 years ago. And people who took it also became billionaires in a few years' time. We have BNB. BNB came some 3 years ago also. And people who took this 3 years later became billionaires. And we have projects like Solana that make people billionaires in just about 2, 3 years' time as well. We have Cardano, Phantom, Harmony. These are projects that had come. These are blockchain projects that had come. But because you and I, either through lack of information or through our nonchalant attitude or through our past bitter experiences, we churned all this and we churned financial breakthrough for life. I believe you don't want this to keep happening to you. So please, if you don't want, pay attention to this talk, because I'm going to reveal another blockchain project again that is here to make people billionaires. Just pay attention, please. And one thing I'll say is also a lot of people also had lost money in the past. We had lost money. So we are ruled by this fear. We are being ruled by this fear that is covering our face from seeing the future. Please, one thing I want you to note, if you had lost so much money in the past, just like I too, it is just because we were ignorant of what to do, of what to enter. We just follow the crowd, on everything. And in this course, I'm going to tell you how you will never lose money again on this space and how you can always be in profit on this space. So just pay attention, because I'm going to come to that soon. So please pay attention to this global trend. Now, we have a lot of ways of making money with digital asset and DeFi. We have a lot of ways which a lot of us had tried, and still we are not making it. There's trading, which is buying and selling of digital assets. But a lot of us don't even know how to do this well, and that's why we still keep losing money. And even a lot of us don't know the right platform and how to go about all this. And we keep losing money, thinking this system does not work. People are making billions. So, one question you must ask yourself is, what are they doing differently than you? And that is what this lecture is all about. Okay, we have airdrops. A lot of people, like 90% of the people, lose money through airdrops. Why? There are reasons for that. Exchange medium, we have mining. Mining is in the past. It's a past, it's an old school algorithm, but a lot of people are still stuck to it. All right. I'll show you I'll show you in as we proceed what the real thing is now. Okay, we have staking, wow, which is a fantastic way, but a lot of people don't know about it. We have farming, fantastic way, but still many people don't know. We have gaming, people play games today and become millionaires on the blockchain, and we have borrowing and lending. These are some ways to make money, through digital assets and decentralized finance. But the question is this: all this has its own challenges. Number one, no matter how simple any of the systems I mentioned you must, you know what? You must learn it. You must learn. You must learn. A lot of us don't want to learn, but we want to earn. Let me tell you the truth. You cannot that earn if you don't learn. Or rather, you keep losing money if you don't earn. And to learn at times in this space, especially in this space, can be expensive. I remember when I particularly was going to learn trading, I spent over $1,000. I was going to learn farming, staking, and the rest. I spent also over $1,000. So I understand that not many people can churn out this kind amount of money to learn. So it's quite expensive somehow. Okay. And another challenge is this. Of course, I've mentioned it. We have to acquire knowledge and we have to put in a lot of time. Whatever you would really want to make something great out of requires your time. Then the biggest thing is this: how to identify real platform from scams. In all of this that I've said, there are 95% of scams out there, especially on this space. And that's why people think this space is about scams. It doesn't work. No, anything can be scammed. You can be scammed with dollars. You can be scammed with pounds. You can be scammed with naira. You can be scammed with anything. Also, you can be scammed with cryptocurrency or digital assets. But the work is for you to know how to identify the scams from the real thing from scams, which I'm going to be telling you in a moment on this lecture. All right, so these are the challenges a whole lot of us are facing. That is why we are having issues with this. But the good news is this, my friends. Somebody should say good news out there. The good news is this: the good news is there's a blockchain project that is on right now, known as the Ultron Foundation. This is the fastest growing blockchain project right now. That is the thing that if you had missed in the past and you are afraid of scams and all that, this is the project I'm about to introduce to you that will change the story of your generation and your generation. So please, from this point on, you better pay lots of attention. All right. Now, what is this all about? Ultron is an opportunity to access some of the easiest ways of making money with digital assets and decentralized finance. I hope you get that. Opportunity to access some of the easiest ways of making money with digital assets and decentralized finance. All right, now let me give you a more straight definition. Ultron is a revolutionary layer one blockchain ecosystem which offers unlimited rewards to both crypto users and non-crypto users. That's the definition I really want you to hold. And I'm going to be breaking down everything in layman's language. Now, Ultron is a revolutionary layer one blockchain ecosystem which offers unlimited rewards to both crypto users and non-crypto users. Please get that. Now, Ultron, I'm going to be talking about why it is revolutionary. I'm going to be talking about what a layer one is. These are education that you get with lots of money that I'm dishing out for you here for free. Now, I already explained blockchain at the beginning of the presentation. Now, I'm going to be telling you what the ecosystem about this is and how you can actually get unlimited rewards on this platform and why this platform is your best bet, why you will never be scammed and never and never and never, and why this will give you generational wealth. Like Bitcoin gave some people, like Ethereum gave some people, like BNB, like Solana gave some people. And I'm going to be telling you why it is Ultron again. So please pay attention to the end of this recording. All right, so let's go. So why is this revolutionary? Excuse me, why is Ultron revolutionary? First of all, we must understand that when they say something is revolutionary, it means something that has never been obtainable. It means a disruptive innovation, something that is coming to take out whatever that is on ground and, and something massive, taking out whatever that's on ground because it has never existed. And now, talking about Ultron is revolutionary because it's a kind of blockchain project that had never existed. You might be thinking, oh, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and all that are massive. Yes, they are massive. But as I go on with this presentation, you understand why Ultron is bigger than them and why Ultron is revolutionary. Now, first of all, you have to understand that Ultron is not just something coming just like that. It has been in the developmental phase for over 24 months to 36 months, for over that, by over 40 senior blockchain developers. By over 40 senior blockchain developers from Ethereum, from Cardano, from Phantom, from Solana, and from every other of these major blockchains. You know why? Because they discovered that some these blockchains have some shortcomings and weaknesses. So they decided to create another blockchain, that we have the strength of those of or that we have what those ones don't have. Example, in terms of consensus algorithm, most of the previous blockchains uses what we call proof of work algorithm, which is an old school. Now the newest proof as consensus algorithm now is proof of stake. It even took Ethereum, the almighty Ethereum, to cross over to, it took Ethereum 2 years, the almighty Ethereum 2 years to even cross over to proof of stake algorithm, which Ultron is using right now. And another thing is speed. All of these almighty blockchains are not as fast as Ultron. The fastest of them, I think, is Ethereum in 10 seconds, confirming transactions and all that. Ultron does this in 400 milliseconds. This is the fastest when it comes to transaction processing. So now I'm beginning to tell you why this is revolutionary. It's highly scalable, low transaction fees, and Ethereum compatible. And the biggest thing why this is revolutionary is that it is the first and only layer one blockchain with its own native applications. Oh my God. With its own ecosystem. And I'm going to be explaining this in bit. All right. Now, talking about blockchain. So please pay attention to this particular part, because if you get this particular part I'm going to talk about now, you will never lose money again on the blockchain. You will never and never lose money again. And you'll be able to know how to identify and position yourself for the right project. Now, you see, in the blockchain arena, in the crypto arena, right? We have over 20,000. Let me show you. Over 20,000. Look at this. Over 20,000 cryptos. Over 20,000. In fact, as I'm talking right now, over 22,000. Now, you see all these cryptos, known as tokens, can be likened to cars. All these tokens can be likened to cars. But of all these over 20,000, we have them categorized into two, layer one and layer two. Layer one and layer two. Hope you are getting it. Now, you see, out of all these 20,000, we just have about 150 that are layer one. Now, let me tell you what a layer one is. Don't forget, the tokens are like cars. Why the layer one are like the road, the real infrastructure. These are the real blockchains. They are the real coins, the real blockchain project, the coins, not the tokens. You understand? They are like the road. You want to agree with me that without a road, no cars will drive. So, and we have just a few blockchains, just about 150. That's all. So it means the rest 19,000 plus or 20 something thousand plus fall under layer two. And with layer two, you don't have more security because they are third parties building their project on real blockchains. Because a real blockchain will be getting gas fee, transaction fees. So they are real projects, they are real infrastructures. And you want to agree with me that if we have a real infrastructure built, a real road built, it lasts generations. But cars don't last generations. Anything can happen. Accident can happen. It can be stolen. Anything can happen. It can be abandoned. And one thing is that anybody can buy a car. Anybody. It means anybody can build a layer two project. Anybody that has the technology. And that is why most of the time we find pump and dump coin. Somebody is building a coin. They advertise it and all that. And everybody is rushing into it. And once the coin has been pumped to a certain extent, Their money is taken out and it dropped, and that's the end of it. And you'll be crying, you have lost money, you have lost money in the blockchain arena. No, you are the one that entered the wrong project. We also have some shit coins in this arena. Shit coins. A lot of people buy them, find they make some small change at initially. At the end of the day, the coin is gone. A majority of people loses money and all that, and you keep complaining. It's not you are the one that do not understand the game. It's because you are bought into a layer two, which has no guarantee. So if you want guarantee, serious guarantee, buy into a layer one. A layer one is a real infrastructure. You want to agree with me that it's not everybody that can build a road. Everybody can buy a car, but not everybody can build a road. Those that build the road are people with long range vision. People that it's not easy to build infrastructure. So it's not easy to build a blockchain, which is a real infrastructure. You understand? So this is one thing. If you get this point, you have gotten something big from this lecture. So if you one thing you need to look at, if you are going into a project, is ask yourself, is it a layer one? That is the first question. Is it a layer one? And mind you, they are not many. They are not common. They are just few. Just about 150 out of the 22,000 plus that exists in the market. A few examples of layer one, I'm going to be telling you the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Avalanche, Phantom, Solana, BNB. These are the real projects that always come with massive wealth transfer, always give people massive wealth when they start. But another thing is you must enter them at the right time. Most of these projects that are layer one that I mentioned now, they are gone. Most of us can't, and they are gone. We can't enter them again because we didn't enter at the right time. Those that entered at the right time when this project was starting are people that had made fantastic, massive wealth. But we still have a chance. We still have a chance. All right, now I've told you about this. Now, you now see why Ultron is the main and the biggest of them all is because of this. This is the only layer one blockchain. Now, out of this few 150, right? Out of the few 150, this is the only layer one blockchain that does not build just the road, it also builds some extra infrastructure. You know, Ultron build the road and also has filling station, shop rights, places that add more value along the road, which makes an ecosystem. Ultron is the only layer one blockchain project that has been able to do this. And that is why this is revolutionary, because it's bringing into the space what no other blockchain project has brought into the space. Not your Ethereum, not your Bitcoin, not your Cardano. So Ultron is coming with an ecosystem, and I'm going to be telling you what what this ecosystem is made up of in my next slide. Okay, I don't want to make this too long, so I hope you got this point. If you get this point, then you will never fall into scam again. The next question might just be, oh, how do I identify a layer one blockchain, and when is the right time for me to get in? I'm going to be addressing that as I move on. All right. So let's go. So now, excuse me, talking about the ecosystem aspect of it, Ultron is into partnership with a whole lot of top class companies. You know, a whole lot. Now we have Ninja Promo here. Ninja Promo is in partnership with Ultron. Ninja Promo is the number one promotional company of digital assets, DeFi products in the world. And they're partnering with Ultron also to promote Ultron on the social media space. Then we have Mavi. Mavi is an affiliate company partnering with Ultron to promote Ultron via the referral marketing space and all that, and this is massive too. Then we have Devla. Devla is the number one metaverse development company in the world, also developing the Ultron metaverse. Then we have Solidity Finance. Solidity Finance is an audit company that audits smart contracts and stuff like that. So Ultron is being audited by one of the biggest audit company in the world. And we have Ivana Tattoo. Ivana is the number one female celebrity tattooist in America. She does wonderful tattoos for top class celebrity like Snoop Dogg, like Wiz Khalifa, like Chris Brown, and the rest. And she's partnering with her tattoos, partnering with Ultron, and her tattoos will be used as Ultron NFTs. And this is going to be mind blowing, guys. All right, now coming to the decentralized finance aspect of Ultron. Here, I want you to understand that Ultron is not just a coin. Please take note, because a lot of people are thinking a coin is not just a coin. Ultron is a decentralized finance ecosystem where you can have access to various financial services to make money. So it's not you just buying into a coin. Ultron is bigger than a coin. It's not just a coin. It's actually a decentralized finance platform. It's okay to make it simple. Ultron is just like a bank on the blockchain. I think that's the definition. That's it. Ultron is just like a bank. It's a bank on the blockchain. And once you have the bank on the blockchain and you are part of this bank, wow, wow, you are sure to make wealth because you have access to various and different financial services that you can be making money with. And because this is decentralized, so it means you have control over your funds, over everything. You are in total control. Nobody has control more than you. And that is it. Now, what are part of these services? Let's check some of these services. We have the NFTs. I mentioned this earlier on and I explained it. We have gaming, we have the DEX. This DEX is a big thing. I'm going to explain it. The DEX is like an exchange where you can exchange assets and all that. We have the metaverse. I explained this too, where you can become a landlord and have land and properties on the digital world. We have farming where your money grows, gives you about 84% APR yearly. We have staking. Wow, this is massive. I'm going to be diving more into these are financial services that can give you massive amount of wealth. We have lending and we have borrowing, and these are some of the financial services that are available on the Ultron decentralized finance ecosystem. And it means any of the services can make you massive wealth. It means on the Ultron bank, based on the blockchain, you can access any of the services to make wealth for yourself. All right, I hope that is clear. So this is what makes the ecosystem of Ultron. All right, let me go forward. Now, the next part that a lot of people will be interested in is how do I make unlimited rewards? Unlimited rewards. Now, there are presently, for now, there are three basic ways or three basic DeFi products that can give you unlimited rewards. Basically, right now, all right. And we have the staking. Staking. Now, some people don't understand what staking is. You see, if we go to the bank, we are familiar with what they call fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is also a financial services that the banks offers. It means you have your money in there for for a particular amount of years or number of years. Your money will be there, right? You can have access to it, right? But every month or every week or every day, it drops interest for you. The interest is what you can have access to. You understand? But during the contract of while your money is locked, is fixed, you don't have access to it. But that fixed money generates interest for you every week, every month, and you can cash out on your interests. So also where we're talking of the blockchain, staking is also like that. Staking is where you lock in your funds for a period of years. And every day, in this case, now you are locking your fund for 5 years. For 5 years. But in 5 years, every day, it will be compounding your capital by 0.2%. It means it will be dropping 0.2 interest for you every single day. That is massive, guys. And you have a choice whether you want to cash out this 0.2 or not. But what we tell people is this, that people should just lock it up for 5 years. Let it keep compounding. Let it keep compounding because once you decide to cash out your 0.2, a lot of factors comes into play. We have a burning algorithm that reduces 0.1 from it, so you can just cash out 0.1, and which is pegged to a dollar capping. So that makes your withdrawal, except you have huge capital locked up, which makes your withdrawal very significant. very insignificant. So what we do with the staking is we lock our funds up for 5 years while it keeps growing with 0.2% every day. It keeps compounding, it keeps compounding. So at the end of 5 years, you'll be having something phenomenal. And not just at the rate at which you bought in, at the current price. Let's say, for example, you bought in when Ultron was 1 cent and it actually started at 1 cent. You bought in at 1 cent and maybe you bought $5,000, $5,000 at 1 cent, and maybe that $5,000 at 1 cent gave you about 500,000 ULX coins, because you are going to be giving the ULX coins, which is the currency of the Ultron blockchain. The ULX is the coin, is the digital asset, is the money of the Ultron blockchain. So, let's say, for example, 5,000 USDT gave you at 1 cent about 500,000 ULS coins. Now, what happens over time is that on top of this, your 500,000 ULS coin, it increases by 0.2 every day. Every day. So, for the sake of explanation, let's say at the end of 5 years, because every day it's compounding by 0.2, and at the end of 5 years, let's just say you now, because of that, have 1 million coins. At the end of 5 years, your portfolio has grown into 1 million coins. No, what does that mean to you at the end of 5 years? At the end of 5 years, if the price of Ultron of the ULS coin had grown to $5, because it will always grow. I'm coming to that. It started at 1 cent. As at the time of this video, it is around 7 cents. So after 5 years, let's assume it grows to $5. I've had Solana started at about 20 cents, and in 2 years, it grows to $200. $200. We have assets grow to great proportion in 1 to 3 years, but I don't want to blow this out of proportion. I want to be very conservative. Let's say in 5 years, it just grew to $5. And already you are having about 1 million coins. You have compounded over the years about 1 million coins. That will be 1 million coins times $5. That is $5 million. Guys, this is massive. So the staking is powerful, but you must see the staking as a long term, where you just lock up your funds and watch out for the massive wealth transfer this will bring in another 5 years, guys. People did Bitcoin and in a few years they became billionaires. Ethereum in a few years became billionaires. Solana, and also this is what is going to happen with the Ultron staking, with Ultron. Lock up your coins on the long term and see the massive amount of wealth, a one-time generational wealth. After 5 years, you just wake up, you are a billionaire. You are a billionaire. And that is what this is all about. Then we have other ways, other decentralized financial services for you to make money. We have farming. Farming. No, just as the word implies, farming, farming now. Once you plant something, you plant, let's say, a seed of corn. Before you know, in a few months, it's giving you thousands of seeds. And also here on the Ultron Defi, you can just activate farming, put in some money and watch it grow every minute, every hour. And because you are in control on the farming is short term. It means you can make withdrawal weekly, daily, monthly if you want. You can withdraw your profits. And if you want to withdraw all your capital at any moment, at any point in time, you can also do that. This gives you the short-term financial goal, the farming, and it's very beautiful. We have videos, we put through all of this because this is a new technology in the world today. Also, there's another instrument that can make you money on a daily basis because it's also short-term, which is known as coin delegation. At least this can give you up to 180% APR. No bank will ever give you this. While your farming can give you up to 80% APR, no bank will ever give you this. While you are in full control. With the banks, you are not in control. The banks are in control. But with the blockchain banks like Ultron, you are in control 100%. 100%. So for now, these are the three fundamental ways you can make money. But the most profitable is the staking, and which is also the gateway into the Ultron ecosystem. If you have to have access to the farming and the coin delegation, you must come in through the staking, because the foundation wants everybody to create massive wealth in the long term. So once you come in through the staking, you can have access to farming and the coin delegation. But note, this staking is long term. You are locking up your funds for about 5 years, even though it's generating interest for you every day. I want you to understand that. But if you have to make massive wealth with it, you must lock up your fund for up to 5 years on it. But while that is locked up, you just take advantage of the farming to make daily withdrawals, because your money on the farming also will be yielding profit for you that you can withdraw, or your total capital on also the coin delegation also is a short term. So you can use the farming and the coin delegation to keep body and soul together for survival, for everyday needs, every week, every month needs. While you know that, yes, you have some massive amount of wealth brewing up for you through the staking. And before you know, 5 years will be here. Don't forget that people bought into Bitcoin 10, 11 years ago. 10, 11 years ago, just like yesterday. It's gone. And they are glad for it forever right now. You know, people bought into Ethereum about 5 years, 6 years ago. It's gone. 5, 6 years is gone. And they've made their stupendous wealth. They are now lounging all around the world without them having to do any work again. So don't look at it like, oh, 5 years. Well, before you know, 5 years is here. It's here. And when after the 5 years is here, you'll now be regretting, though, if I had known, because time, there's no time. So why not just lock up some amount of money here, and you are safe, because this is a layer one blockchain project. You are safe. I'm going to be giving you some more info while we move ahead to guarantee your safety. All right. Okay. So then we also have, for those who would like, we also have another way you can generate massive income here through the connected economy. This is massive, guys, but I'm going to be talking about this on another video. That is through the connected economy, because this video is getting long already. Then more, apart from these three DeFi financial services, lots are still loading. Lots are loading, like the metaverse is loading, NFTs, lending, borrowing. When all this comes up, these are also the services you can take advantage of to create massive wealth for yourself on a daily basis, while your staking is locked up for massive wealth transformation. One day you just wake up and you are a billionaire as the price of the coin goes up. So that's what this is all about. All right. I hope we get this part, because this is one part that confuses people a lot. And that's why I'm taking my time to explain, even though at the end of the day, the video might be somewhat long. But please just take your time to watch this over and over and over if you are really serious about your financial freedom. All right. So let's go forward. Okay, now talking about investment capital. Some people will be like, oh, how much can I invest and all that? It all depends on you. But the advice is invest according to your financial capacity. You understand? Now we tell people to divide their income, their portfolio, to embrace those three aspects of staking, of staking, of farming, and of coin delegation, so that your investment can embrace these three aspects, or your long term and your short term. No, how do you do that? Let's go. Now, the minimum you can start with is $100. We have 300, we have 500, 1,000, 5,000, I think 25 and 30,000. Now, if all you have is just $100, I advise you start with staking and let that be there. Start with staking and let's just lock that up. Be there. At least you know that somewhere you have an investment that is growing. You understand? While you now start pushing on the connected economy, which is a way for you to make money fast and put any income you are generating from the connected economy to now go and do your farming and your coin delegation, which will be vomiting money for you every day, and you can withdraw this on a weekly, on a monthly basis as you want. You understand that if you have $100, but I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just, providing my opinion according to the experience I have on this. All right, now, but if you have $300 to start, if you have $300 to start, you can do it like this. You can put $100 on staking, lock that up. Then put another $100 on farming to be generating income every day, every week, every month. And also put another $100 on coin delegation as you want it. Or you might decide that no, let me put $200 on staking because that is the realest investment that would become something massive, and you want to make something massive. You can say, okay, let me put $200 on staking. Then let me divide the rest $100 into $50 into farming and $50 into coin delegation. It all depends on you. Or if you have 5,000 to start with, or 500, you can put $300 into staking, lock it up, then divide the rest 200 into coin delegation, 100 into farming. You understand? And if you have 5,000, you can say, oh, let me put 3,000 into staking while I put 1,000 into farming and another 1,000 into coin delegation to be making money daily, weekly, or monthly, and so on and so forth. But my advice to you is this: please invest as much as you can if you have the wherewithal, if you have the resources, because I'm sure that if you are given another chance, if the hand of time is taken back to when Bitcoin started, and you have all the information you have today about Bitcoin, you have it, how much would you invest in Bitcoin? A lot of you would say, I will sell my house, I will sell my property, I will invest as much as I can, I'll go and borrow money, I'll do this, I'll do that. Now, I'm not telling you to go borrow money or do anything, but please, according to your financial capacity, invest as much as possible into Ultron. Invest as much as possible into Ultron, please. All right. So that is that. Okay, now let's quickly go through some ULX price forecasts. Some ULX price forecasts. Now, you can see, as you can see here. Now, if you have, for example, this is just for example's sake, please. If you have 50,000 ULS coins, if you are holding 50,000 ULS coins, and maybe in the next 5 years, the price rose to $5, which will happen. Don't forget that Bitcoin from 1 cent rose to $70,000, even as at now on $24,000. Don't forget that BNB, Ethereum, all those, Ethereum rose to $5,000 from nowhere. And so someday soon, Ultron, and because it is bigger than them, it is revolutionary, it is going to shock the world. So quickly invest in this now. So as I was saying, if you have 50,000 ULS coin, and by the time this coin grows to $5, what will you be worth? You'll be worth over $250,000. From where I come from, that is over 175 million naira. That is massive. That is massive. Let's now imagine it grows to $10. That your 50,000 ULS coin will be worth $500,000. From where I come from in naira, that will be worth over 350 million naira. So now let's now imagine the price grows to $100. How much will you be worth? Let's now imagine the price grows to $1,000. Wow, you buy the whole world. This is how people make phenomenal wealth, with the right blockchain projects. Now, look at the second scenario. Let's imagine you have grown your 50,000 coins because every day is compounding by 0.2. And over time, you've been able to grow to 1 million coins. 1 million coins. What is the implication? Once the price hits $5, it means you are a billionaire already because that will give you $5 million. And from where I came from, $5 million is an equivalent of 3.5 billion naira. 3.5 billion naira. Just because you identify yourself with the current trend, you take position as fast as possible, and you are patient. You're patient while understanding it and while doing other things. And one day you wake up a billionaire. And that is how people make phenomenal wealth in this, space, because they know what they should look out for and they did that. All right. So, okay, I don't want to take a time. The time is fast spent. Now, You shouldn't miss Ultron. I'm telling you, look at this table, please. Look at the year 2010 when Bitcoin started. It started at, this is even less than 1 cent, you can imagine. And as at when the year will end, when 2010 would end, it has grown to 30 cents. And people who invested had made, in 1 year, they have made 99,900%. Oh no, my God. You know what that is? Just in 1 year, they have made 9,910. I mean, their investment had grown by 9,900%. Look at that. Then you can look at the rest. 2011 is at from 30 cents, it grew to over $4. Oh my God. So it means even in 2 years, people had made phenomenal wealth with Bitcoin. You can see the growth rates. You can see up until where we are now. So just go through this at your own time. I don't want to make much. I'm just trying to tell you that if you invest in the right project, which must be a layer one, you cannot miss it. It's just a matter of time. So it means you can never miss it with Ultron. You can never miss it with Ultron. It's just a matter of time. All right. Now, let me give you some shocker too before I end this presentation. All right. So the best time is now. The best time is now. Don't miss this. It's still early. The price is still early. As of today that I'm doing this presentation, maybe it's on about 7 cents. 7 cents. And if you come in on board now, a lot of other bonuses are in place that you take advantage of. All right. So okay, and validator. Okay, let me just quickly talk about it in 30 seconds. Now, the Ultron blockchain also has who we call validators. And as we know, every layer one project has validators because those are the nodes that confirm transaction on the blockchain. And to be a validator on the Ultron blockchain, you must have about 1 million coins. Let's look at other blockchains. Look at Cardano has a number of about 2,000 validators. Solana has about over 1,800 validators. You can see the other blockchains. No, Ultron is going to have over 10,000 validators. And because it's going to have more validators, it's going to be the most secure blockchain because the number of validators you have on a blockchain guarantees how secure it is. So it's going to be the most secure blockchain. So you also can have access to become a part of these validators by having 1 million coins. And what is in it for being a validator? You know that every layer one blockchain make money through gas fees and transaction fees. So now, with validators, a layer one blockchain will share some percentage of this gas fee with their validators. So, as the case may be with Ultron will be sharing 15% of their transaction and gas fees with validators, and that is massive. 2 years ago with Solana, validators here 2 years ago made nothing less than $25 million through validating, through sharing in transaction fees. So this is a lifetime income opportunity, guys. Okay, and that's that. Now let me talk about this biggest thing. This is the real bank where everything happens. We call the portal to the Ultron swap. This is the DeFi portal where you have access to a lot of financial instruments. That I was talking about since. You can see this is here. You can convert your assets into any other assets. Into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, into talk of any other layer one asset. You can also swap your ULX into WLX. You can do swapping. You can provide liquidity. You can do farming. You can stake. You can bridge. You have the Ultron NFTs, and you can do a whole lot on this Ultron swap. Ultron swap is, Ultron is one of those few layer one that has its own, decentralized exchange. This is the Ultron decentralized exchange. And we don't have many of them. We have, I think we have Binance with Pancake Swap, which uses Cake as its coin, but this is one ecosystem that uses just one coin to service all its application, meaning that because there's a lot of use cases, the price of this coin will definitely go up. And there's no story. You can just come to the Ultron swap to swap your assets and to take advantages of all these decentralized financial services, like I've been saying. Don't worry, these are things we're going to teach you once you come on board our team. All right. So now, the Ultron growth strategy. Ultron launched June 1st, 2022, and not less than a year, Ultron is on every major crypto platform in the world. On every major crypto platform in the world. Now, You can see Ultron is on Pancake Swap. Ultron is on Uniswap, Tradaju, launching its metaverse and all that. It's on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Chainlist, and DeFi Llama. Now, let me tell you about this DeFi Llama. You see, if you want to know if a project is a layer one project, you go to DeFi Llama. This is the biggest platform in the world that enlists only layer one blockchain project with all their assets as in total value locked. So if you want to know how a project is doing or whether this project is a layer one blockchain project, go to DeFi Llama. And right now, I'll be visiting DeFi Llama in a moment to show you just two things. Where Ultron is right now. Ultron that has just started less than a year ago has overtaken many layer one blockchain to be almost at the top. And I'm going to be exposing something to you there as well when we get there. So I just wanted you to see now Ultron is on Binance and Coinbase watch list. Will soon be traded there. FTX, Gate.io, KuCoin. Man, I can't start going. I don't want to take our time. You can also do your own research as well. This is to confirm to you that Ultron is a great project and right now the fastest growing layer one blockchain project. All right. So I think that's about it. So you don't, if you miss this, you miss life. I tell you, if because you have missed Ethereum, you miss BNB, you miss Solana, you miss Avalanche, you miss this, will you miss Ultron again? Only you can answer that. All right. So today is the right time. Please don't delay. Don't forget that the price of Ultron is going up. And as it is going up, it will mean the lesser coin you will be getting if you are coming on board. So coming on board on time so you can have more ULS coins to position yourself for the next massive wealth transfer. All right. Okay. And now, before I tell you what makes a sustainable project, okay, now let me tell you this first before I go into showing you on the DeFi Llama platform where Ultron is and the implication of that. See, there are a few things, like I said from the beginning, if you don't want to be scammed, if you want to get it right on this space, there are a few things you need to look at. You see, the project has to be a blockchain, right? But then it's not enough to be a blockchain, it has to be a layer one, a layer one a layer one. That's a layer one blockchain. Anyways, the real blockchains are the layer ones. The rest are just tokens. So it has to be a blockchain, a layer one. Please, that's so important. If it's not, take your time, please. All right. Of course, it has to be decentralized. It has to have its DEX. Ultron has its own DEX. It's not every layer one protocol that even have their own decentralized exchange, but Ultron has its DEX, meaning it is easy for you to even convert your assets into any other asset. And you can also take part using every other financial services that is being provided by the platform. It has a smart contract, of course, that's obvious, which is being audited. No, there are audited smart contracts. So if the smart contract is not a one that can be audited, then think twice. Now we have Solidity Finance doing the audit of the Ultron smart contract. Now, this is a all-in-one ecosystem. You need not look further. You need not look anywhere again. With the Ultron, you can have access to a lot of financial services on one system. And not just a system, on one guaranteed system, on one safe system. And, we don't want to keep losing money on different platforms and all that. You can start early price entry. You don't need look no further. All right. So these are one of the things that makes a sustainable project and also guarantees your success. All right. So now you can go to all these platforms to do more of your own research if you want to. Ultron website is there, the Ultron Block Explorer, Ultron Swap, Ultron on Telegram, on Twitter, Instagram, and the Ultron GitHub. And one thing I would like to mention here is, please, if you are doing your due diligence, go through all these sites. Don't listen to reviews online. A lot of people have gotten it wrong with reviews. Don't trust anybody. It is just another human being like you doing reviews. And most reviewers, 99.9% of them are liars and fake. They want to discredit an opportunity so that they can sell to you their own opportunity. Especially when they find out that an opportunity is making rounds, is making waves. Of course, you have a lot of reviews about it. People want to discredit it. They want more fans to their page. They want more crowd to their page and their products. So they will discredit something huge. And you will be there reading the reviews that these liars are, and you'll be basing your information or your decision making based on that. Please don't do that to yourself. Don't be lazy. Do your own due diligence yourself. Don't go through reviews. Not forget, I remember years ago, I wanted to do a project and I was reading reviews. I was basing my decision on reviews, and I missed that project. And that project is still until today and had made a lot of my friends millions. And I missed out because I was listening to some stupid reviews. Don't forget that when the internet came, a lot of negative reviews about it. Oh, this is no, no, no. But today, who can do without the internet? Nobody, not you and I. Don't forget that when Bitcoin came, a lot of professors, a lot of seemingly intelligent people in the world were going against it. Oh no, no, this is. But today, even the world economy, part of the world economy is hinged on Bitcoin, on digital assets. It has come to stay and is there. It's the future. So please, I'm saying this because I don't want you to be misled by all these reviews. You go on YouTube, you go on Google and all that. It is just another human being like you and I putting those reviews there just to draw crowds and attention to themselves. Please don't base your decision on those reviews. Don't be lazy. Do your own due diligence. Check through all these pages I've shown to you and make an informed decision. So now the last thing I want to show you is why you should be doing this, Ultron, please. And the two factors that determines your success in this space. Number one factor is the right project, a layer one blockchain project. If it's not, then I don't know what to say about that. Then number two is timing. Now, let me take us to here. Now, this is DeFi Llama, as you can see. This is DeFiLlama.com. So you can go there yourself. DeFi Llama enlists is the only platform in the world that enlists, or the major, the major that enlists layer one blockchains projects. Now, once you come on DeFi Llama, just come to this menu here. Let me show you this here. So once you are there, click on it, then go look for chains. Let me see. Okay, now you look for chains, you click on it, now it brings you to somewhere like here. You can see now the next thing you want to do is you check this here, you click on staking, because this is a major thing with every layer on blockchain project. Then put it on, make sure it's on staking, then it brings you here. Now you can see, then this TVL, let me show you this TVL means total value locked. It means what every of these chains is having as liquidity. Now let me now take you through. The number one of them, the baba of them, as at now, is Ethereum. You can see what is having in liquidity. First of all, you see everything you see here are layer one blockchains. Let me just scroll down. It means till date, you see how many layer one blockchain we have. Okay, we have about 171 layer one blockchain, layer one. And meanwhile, we have, don't forget that I told you, we have over 22,000 cryptos, 22,000. Now, of all these, just 171 of them are layer one. So it means they are not common. And that is why a lot of people lose money all of the time, because they buy into layer two, those common ones, those pump and dump coins, those shit coins and all that. So first thing first, you want to look to go into that project, a layer one. And you can see there are not many. All right. So let's go. Okay, I think my network, but then now I quickly want to show you something. Let's see. See, Ultron started less than a year. Precisely June 1st, it was launched. And look at Ultron at number 14. It has overtaken many to come up. That is why we are saying Ultron is the biggest thing right now. And before we know, look at the total value locked. So far, in less than a year, it has locked over 255 million $0.36, 255 over 255 million dollars. You can see that's huge, guys. Let's see, it has even surpassed Bitcoin in that. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is on number 23 here. You can see the almighty Bitcoin. Look at the almighty Cardano on number 24. You understand? So this should be telling you something. Look at the almighty Kava at number 20. Look at Fusion at 21. And meanwhile, Ultron that I just started has found its way to number 14. Guys, think about this. And if you want to invest into any layer one, the second thing you look is timing. You must invest at the right time. You see, most of these layer one, they are gone beyond our reach. We can't invest in them again. You understand? But Ultron has just started. It's still about 7 cents now. So it means you can get a lot of this now. So Timing is key. So you right now you can't invest in Bitcoin. It's gone. How many Bitcoin would you have today at $24,000? Come on. But right now at 7 cents, you can still have access to a lot of Ultron. And because it's going to be the biggest of them all, don't forget it is revolutionary. It has what even your number one Ethereum here does not have. It has what it does not have. So you look at your number 2 is Binance, Number 3 is Tron and all that. Number 6 is Polygon. You can see. Number 14, it has just started. So it means very soon we'll be finding at number 1, Ultron. Ultron. Ultron at number 1 very soon. So guys, invest in this very quickly. Don't waste your time. Then take advantage of the staking, lock it up. The next 5 years, I'm sure, guaranteed by the special grace of God, this can make us billions. And while you're taking advantage of the daily earnings, weekly earnings through the farming and the coin delegation. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about how you can make money even faster with the connected economy, how you can help others make money faster and even put some of that money into farming and coin delegation and make even more money. So this video is long enough. I'm not going to be doing more than this. So expect my second video that I'll be talking about the connected economy aspect. So thank you for taking your time to listen to this. I know if you are serious and really serious about making changes in your financial life, you're going to find the time to listen to this. And please listen to it more than one, more than twice, more than thrice until you get a full grasp of this. And you can also get in touch with whoever share this info with you, to take the next step, how you get started. They are going to put you through all of that. So, and it is very, very easy. And this is one of the biggest things in the world today. Thank you very much for paying attention, for staying up with me. And I hope this is going to add value to somebody. Thank you.